We have that stress, we have that burst of energy, we have heightened memory, we have increased immunity, and we have a lower sensitivity to pain. But over time, we have impaired cognitive performance, we have suppressed thyroid function, our blood sugar gets into imbalance, there's decreased bone density, there's higher blood pressure, lowered immunity, and increased abdominal fat. And lungs, the breathing becomes shallow and rapid. Cortisol converts the glycogen into blood sugar in our liver. Cardiovascular, the heart rate and blood pressure both increase. With the digestive system, it shuts down as blood is diverted from the stomach to the brain and the skeletal muscles. And eyes, the pupils dilate to sharpen the field of vision. And we can experience hair loss. There's tension and stress in our neck and shoulders. There's muscle pain, digestive tracts, things like gastritis and stomach ulcers and irritable bowel syndrome. We can have outbreaks of the skin. Often there's insomnia and headaches, irritability, anxiety, depression, oral ulcers, excessive mouth dryness, cardiovascular and disease and hypertension. Lungs exacerbate asthmatic conditions. There can be menstrual disorders, vaginal infections in women, impotence and premature ejaculation in men. And then there's the stress and gastrointestinal system, constipation or diarrhea, ulcers, acid reflux, heartburn, colitis, IBS, Crohn's disease. Stress causes physiology changes that weaken our immune system and may negatively affect our health. And then there's foods that trigger stress, or stress response. Refined sugar, processed flour, salt, caffeine, and various synthetic chemicals. What would help is a diet that is full of fresh fruit, is full of vegetables, beans, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, a very clean way of eating, versus eating refined processed foods that are filled with chemicals and with sodium. I want to limit the sugar, the cookies, the cakes, the cereals, white flour, preserved and fried foods, stimulants like soda and caffeine, alcohol, and of course reducing or eliminating the meat and the dairy. You want to eat antioxidant-rich foods that are filled with orange color and red color and purples and greens and foods that will stimulate the cleansing of your body. You want to make sure that your food is unprocessed, that you eat breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. And if you think you have a craving, reach for water. Make sure you chew your food well, that you eat slowly, eat in a quiet, peaceful place, and stop eating when you're at that 80% full. And make sure that you stay hydrated. When you're dehydrated, you end up with headaches, fatigue, loss of appetite, muscle cramps, dizziness, lack of mental focus, and irritability. You want to make sure that you exercise, that you're keeping your body moving and active and burning up the chemicals within your body. Cardio activity is so important, and you want to make sure that you use your relaxation techniques, which will lower your blood pressure, combat fatigue. It'll help promote sleep. It's going to reduce pain. It's going to ease muscle tension. So I'm going to take a moment right now and teach you a stress reduction technique. And this is a pretty cool one. Clients love it all the time. And just imagine all time, as you can imagine, it past, present, and future as a line. And just notice for you, just take a moment, notice for you where your past is, and assume it comes from outside your body. In what direction does your past come from? So think about your first grade school teacher, or where you lived when you were in first grade. Where does that memory come from outside your body? You know, is it behind you? Is it over here? Is it over here? Is it to your to my right, which would be your left, my left, which would be your right? Where is it coming from? And now think about perhaps your 100th birthday celebration. In what direction is that coming from? And just imagine being able to connect the line, the past to the future. And now close your eyes and imagine just floating right up out of your body, out of the room, out of the building, going up higher and higher and higher, going up so high that as you look down on now, your entire timeline, past, present, and future, is only an inch long. And notice how quiet it is, how peaceful it is up here. Notice the joy and the freedom that's available to you up here. Notice you can laugh, you can sing, you can shout, you can dance, you can do somersaults and cartwheels and backflips and handstands. Total joy, total freedom. And just allow yourself to float around. So you're looking out to the future. And note, without judgment, just see what you see. Stay way up high. Make sure you stay way up high. And now, float around so you're looking off to the past. And again, without judgment, see what you see. Notice your timeline. Is it solid? Is it missing spots, blank spots, black holes? No reason to judge it. Just notice. And now, staying way up high, float around so you're looking directly down on now. And notice what's going on. Notice a stressful event of the day, whether it's something at work, something with a partner, with one of the kids. Maybe it's something to do with the economy. Maybe it was paying bills day, whatever it is. But notice, when you stay way up high, your timeline's only an inch long. When you look down on now, you have a whole new perspective. When you look at it in the grand perspective of all universal time, past, present, and future, that moment doesn't even amount to a grain of sand on a beach of time. Just notice. Just notice. Now, staying way up high, just imagine what this means. When you're in the midst of a conversation with somebody at work, on the telephone, with one of the kids, with a partner, whoever it might be, and it's an upsetting, stressful conversation, or you have an upsetting, stressful moment that goes on in your life, that with a blink of an eye, you can float up, you can look down on now, and realize that that moment isn't even as significant as a single thread in this carpet. Just notice that. Now, what a beautiful thing is that? What a great way to put things into perspective. That 100 years from now, most likely people aren't going to remember this moment. And then go ahead and float all the way back down into the building, into the room, into your body. Take a nice deep breath as you open your eyes. And instead of being all wrapped up in woe is me, ain't it awful, the sky is falling, focus on what is it you can do to create a solution to this issue, to this challenge in your life. What is it that you have control over that you can change to start taking a step to make things better for you? Play with this tool. Learn how to use it. It's a great, powerful tool. It's a great way to relax. It's a great way to put things back into perspective. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.